Ecuador, the country that contains worlds within worlds. Ecuador is a country that shouldn't exist, at least, not in the way it does. How can a place smaller than Italy contain four completely different worlds? Here, you can stand among the soaring Andes one morning, plunge into the emerald depths of the Amazon rainforest by afternoon, watch the sun set over the Pacific coast, and still find time to dream about the wild creatures of the Galapagos Islands. And the most mind-bending part? All of these places are just hours apart. This is a land literally split in two by the equator. You can plant one foot in the northern hemisphere, the other in the southern, and watch the compass needles dance. Towering volcanoes pierce the clouds, rainforests throb with life, and somewhere in the highlands lies the closest point on Earth to the sun. Biodiversity here is astonishing, more species per square meter than almost anywhere else on the planet, with countless still undiscovered. Life unfolds under the watchful gaze of 27 active volcanoes. The past is alive too, traces of ancient civilizations, elegant colonial streets, and traditions that remain vibrantly indigenous. This is Ecuador, a land that makes the impossible possible. One of its greatest geographical marvels is Chimborazo, Ecuador's highest peak. It's not the tallest mountain in the world, but thanks to the Earth's bulge at the equator, its summit is the farthest point from the planet's core, and, technically, the closest point to the sun. It's the kind of fact that makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about geography. The equator itself has been turned into a place of wonder. At the Mitad del Mundo monument, visitors balance eggs on nails, a surprisingly tricky feat, and experience playful defiance of physics demonstrations. A short distance away, ancient sites like Cerro Cataquila show that long before GPS, people here understood the power and precision of the middle of the world. Ecuador's natural riches are almost overwhelming. Over 1,600 bird species, 16% of the world's amphibians, and rare mammals like the spectacled bear and pink river dolphin thrive in its four regions: Amazon, Andes, Coast, and Galapagos. In the cloud forests, tiny glass frogs hide like living emeralds. In the Galapagos, giant tortoises lumber through landscapes unchanged for millennia. Ecuador takes its role as guardian seriously. The Galapagos have strict visitor limits, and in 2008, Ecuador became the first country to give constitutional rights to nature itself. Even rivers here have legal standing. The story of Ecuador is also the story of chocolate. Over 5,000 years ago, the Mayo Chinchipe people cultivated cacao in these valleys. Today, the rare Nacional cacao bean, floral, complex, unforgettable, makes Ecuadorian chocolate some of the finest in the world. Along the chocolate route, the air is thick with the scent of roasting beans, and the past feels deliciously close. History runs deep here. The Valdivia people created some of the America's earliest pottery. The Inca left stone walls like the fortress of Ingapirca. Independence came in 1822, but the mix of traditions never stopped evolving. In the Amazon, shamans still guide spiritual ayahuasca ceremonies. In the highlands, festivals burst into life with dancers in devil masks, symbols of defiance and resilience. Even the streets tell stories, their walls alive with murals that blend folklore with modern art. The capital, Quito, rests high in the Andes at nearly 2,850 meters. It's a city where time layers itself, indigenous roots beneath Spanish colonial splendor, all framed by jagged peaks. The Old Town, one of the first UNESCO World Heritage Sites, feels like walking inside a living museum. Churches like La Compañía de Jesus gleam with gold leaf, while the Plaza Grande buzzes with daily life. Above it all, the winged Virgin of El Panicillo watches from her hill, a fusion of European and indigenous artistry. From Quito, you can ride the Teleférico cable car to over 4,000 meters for sweeping views of volcanoes. A short journey takes you to Cotopaxi National Park, home to one of the world's tallest active volcanoes. Cotopaxi's snow-capped peak hides immense power. Eruptions have sent ash as far as Colombia. It's sacred to local communities, a reminder that beauty and danger often share the same summit. Further south rises Chimborazo, the ice throne. Dormant for over a millennium, its slopes are home to wild vicunias and hardy paramo plants. Climbers come from around the world to challenge its heights, but even those who stay lower find magic in its mist-wrapped trails. The stretch of land holding both these giants is called the Avenue of Volcanoes, over 300 kilometers of peaks, valleys, and fertile fields. In Mejia Canton, known as the Valley of the Nine Volcanoes, the volcanic soil nourishes crops and pastures, while condors will overhead. Local markets overflow with fresh produce, each bite a gift from the land's fiery origins. Northward, in Imbabura province, sacred volcanoes frame shimmering lakes. Otavalo's market is famous for textiles and jewelry crafted by the Kichwa people. Nearby, the Pegush waterfall is both a natural wonder and a spiritual sight. In Ibarra, the White City, colonial charm meets Andean views, and the nearby Yawarca Lake whispers the memory of a 16th-century battle beneath its serene surface. Perhaps the most breathtaking volcanic lake of all is Quilatoa, a turquoise jewel set inside a vast caldera at nearly 4,000 meters. Legends say it has no bottom and connects to the Pacific. Trails trace its rim, offering views that seem to belong to another world. And then there is Baños de Agua Santa, a place where nature, adventure, and faith meet. Watched over by the active Tungurahua volcano, the town's hot springs are said to heal body and spirit. Waterfalls tumble from the mountains, ziplines span gorges, and the basilica towers above it all, a reminder that in Ecuador, the sacred and the wild often share the same ground. Ecuador is not a place you just visit, it's a place you feel. It's standing between hemispheres and feeling the pull of both. It's tasting chocolate with a history older than empires. It's watching condors circle above volcanoes, knowing the land beneath you is alive. Small as it may be, Ecuador contains worlds within worlds, and each one will change the way you see the planet.